My dad used to work for Reeves, the art manufacturers, and I used to go and visit him on a Saturday after I'd been to a class or something. And I would wait in his office, and there in his office he had a picture on the wall by Jean-Baptiste Chardin, which was a still life with a pipe. And I just really liked the painting. I really loved it, and eventually I liked it so much that he gave it to me. And it sounds daft, but I think that painting was an inspiration to me that I might be able, I would like to emulate and be an artist. My driving force is that I also have a faith, so I'm a Christian, and that drives everything that I do. It means that my work is has a positive outlook. I don't want it to take away from people, I want it to give to them. So that really is behind how I work. And of course I've got to give my old man a thumbs up. Yeah, I'm very inspired by my husband too. I work at the university for 3 days a week, and so for many years I've also been an artist in the community, working in participatory art surroundings, which I absolutely love. So you're working with people who come from very different sorts of backgrounds, who maybe have struggles in life, they might have mental ill health. I worked for a few years at the art studio here in Sunderland. Also worked for many years at the Northern Centre for Cancer Care, working with patients and their carers and staff. I realised that there's a whole sort of movement called yarn bombing, and people yarn bomb all sorts of things. They do chairs, I've seen bicycles done in it, whole buildings. So I was working at the NCCC, and I thought, what a brilliant thing to do in quite a clinical setting. So we've got these columns around the courtyard. One of the things that a participatory artist does in somewhere like a hospital setting is get people involved. So I thought, okay. So I bought some crochet hooks and some wool, and I basically went round to somebody who I thought might be a good punter, and I said, could you show me how to crochet, please? And so once that conversation had gone, I started making squares, and everybody else started making squares, and then people started coming in with bags of squares that communities had made, and it really kind of snowballed. And then from there we stitched them together, and we made some jackets that we could then fasten around the pillars while we were working in the hospital, and they weren't a treat, they're still there. I'm an absolute passionate cyclist. I go off with friends, and we go to various parts of Scotland. We're really unlikely a bunch of older women who kind of go cycling for maybe no more than maybe 50 miles a day, and then we'll go into a youth hostel and have a really good time. The art studio that I worked for, fortunately the funding went, and when the funding went, there was a small press there. Now, in truth, I had been thinking for years and years that I would really like to set up my own etching press and to do something with, kind of like to reach out to the community. But that gave me the opportunity because there was a press there that I could buy. So I've set up a little press which I call the Garden Press, which has just started, and I'm going to make that as something that where people could come and have small bespoke classes. So I'll be doing sort of community work there as well.